Any more bright ideas?
I got a few! Yeah!
So in an attempt to show that I'm not just a modding channel, this week I decided to go back into BONELAB's campaign to level 13, Ascent, so that I could experiment with something I've been asking myself for a while. Can you ride the subway in BONELAB? The answer to that question is, spoiler, yes. But if you'd like to stick around to see how I got to this conclusion, feel free to, well, stick around. Now, before we get started, if you want to do this for yourself, you'll need to enable developer mode in your settings in order to get the spawn gun into the level. After you've done that, now when you open your radial menu and hit DevTools, you'll get the flying hand bazooka and the spawning doohickey. So, to start things off, I worked my way through to the point of this level where you need to outrun the train, but instead took out the DevTools. My first experiment was to see if I could simply grab the top of the train with a larger avatar and ride along. Unfortunately, you can't grab it. As I suspected, however, touching the train itself doesn't kill you, just the force of getting hit by it. For a second test, I took out the zoomy hand propeller and decided to try to land on the train when it came by. This is when I got the smallest taste of success before the inertia of the train moving in the circle it is threw me off. But clearly, we were onto something. I then decided to see if the train could be stopped, letting me screw around with some different methods of hanging on before deleting them, and then letting the train continue on. So the train could actually be stopped. I jumped on and prepared to hang on for dear life, but with every little method I tried, no luck. I was starting to give up hope for a little bit, thinking that the little taste I got for a few moments was going to be the nail in the coffin, but I kept pushing forward. I haven't unlocked everything in BONELAB yet, so I put my science experiment on hold and went on a little treasure hunt for a few more spawnable gadgets to potentially help me out. Most importantly, I grabbed the Constrainer and the Gravity Cup gadgets, among plenty of others. So I returned through level 13 of the campaign again, really wishing that there was a checkpoint that could get me right back to where I was, but unfortunately not, and got myself ready to do some more experiments. If you don't know, the Constrainer has a bunch of different physics methods, all dealing with linking one thing to another thing. Using this, I was actually able to stop the train. Well, after testing it out on a few null bodies first, of course. So I stopped the train, hopped on top, and tethered my hand to the top of the train. This resulted in a less than ideal situation, though. I was riding the train, but near the end of the track there's this unpassable red wall that only the train is supposed to pass through. Since you're not supposed to pass through, when you're tethered to the train, you wind up hitting this thing so hard that your actual body winds up stopping the whole train with the blunt force trauma of, I can only assume, breaking literally every bone in your body. Even worse, it seemed that when you die after having attached yourself to something with the Constrainer, you still remain attached when you respawn. This led to the nausea-inducing mayhem you see before you. My only solution to this was to exit out of the game. So I knew that tethering worked pretty well, but I had to avoid tethering myself to the train directly. I tried a few more things, such as trying to ride behind the train while holding on to the vending machine tethered, and even tried tethering a sword that I would hold on to, but nothing really worked. I knew I had to find another solution, which led me to the Gravity Cup. The Gravity Cup is like a suction cup, adhering to just about any surface you wish as long as you hold on to the triggers. And with this, the moment had finally come. Riding the train in BONELAB. I fell off a couple times trying to avoid the red wall of death, but something really odd happened one of the times. I somehow became invincible. I'm not even sure how to recreate this glitch, but I was somehow able to enter this state between life and death where my avatar was indefinitely injured, but not dying. I could even get directly hit by the train, and I was fine. It was so weird. This actually let me ride the train with such endurance that I was able to glitch through the red walls with enough luck, and enter the deep dark backrooms behind the player-designated map, and ride to my heart's content. The fun was cut short, though, as all of this culminated on one train ride where I was forced out of the map during the wall glitching, as I began falling into an endless void. Oh, what's happened now? I think I fell out of the map. Still, I'm glad I was able to get this to work, and I had a ton of fun doing it. Anyways, if you're still here, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this silly little video of mine. Leave a like if you want to help me praise the YouTube algorithm overlords, and subscribe if you want to see more VR content from me later on. Feel free to also comment down below if there are any games in particular you want to see me play, or anything that, you're curious about in BONELAB that I should try out. I've got a new mod showcase coming pretty soon, so keep an eye out if you want to see that. But either way, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers, guys.
Oh, you can't have that many. Oh my goodness. I have created art.